Hey Aquarius, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Aquarius. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. Okay, so we have 4 oracle decks here, and I want to kind of like get this energy. So we'll start with the archetype deck. We have the King. Okay, this person like, they view you in a really high regard. So this is really interesting energy here. Let's look at the animal deck. Antelope Spirit. Okay. And I want to grab 2 of these. Mountains and Fire, and we'll get the top card, which is an animal card. This little deck has all types of cards: animal, environment, nostalgia cards. There's an animal card on top for you. Okay, and let's go ahead and look at your fairy card and the messages here. So you actually got Flourish, and this says the Lotus Flower Fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life for those or those of others. So this might be, that's kind of a message about maybe shedding some light on how this person feels. Like I was saying, I feel like you guys might have an intuitive knowing about how this person feels about you, or how they felt about you when you were still in communication and you were still friends, but you might not know for sure. Or there might have been something that occurred that kind of like gave you a little bit of an inkling, like, oh, I suspected that, and now I'm seeing the evidence of it. Like now I'm seeing that this really is true. That is how this person feels. So just looking at this, I can tell you that this person thinks very highly of you. And what I see here is that you may have gone through some kind of transformation or like a glow up. It feels like you might have transformed your life in some way. You might have changed. You might have been going through a period of growth when you were friends with this person. And like with this King energy, along with the Flourish card, this is really giving me like King of Pentacles vibes. So this person kind of sees you as the King of Pentacles. Gender doesn't matter here, but for that kind of energy, this is basically someone that sees you as a person who like has your finances in order, someone who's on top of your game now, somebody who's pursuing your dreams and actually having success when it comes to the pursuit of your dreams. And this is really how this person's viewing you. Whether you feel like you're having like incredible amounts of success or not, this person sees you as somebody who is very successful, or someone who has the potential to be very successful. And I feel like there's a real possibility that you might have felt like you were outgrowing this person before the friendship ended. And I feel like this person felt the same way. This person felt like they were worried. They were a little bit concerned that you were going to surpass them, that you were going to outgrow them, that the things that the two of you used to do together wouldn't interest you anymore, that they wouldn't interest you anymore, that you were just going to go like so much further than they were going to go, is kind of the feeling I'm getting. And I'm also kind of getting this feeling of almost like a little bit of self-sabotage energy here. Like this person may have intentionally sabotaged this friendship, not because they didn't care about you. See, this is what's interesting about this energy, is I'm getting these kind of opposing energies here. I'm getting this, I'm getting something, it's almost like something tainted the waters here. Like something, everything looked like it was right. Everything looked like it was above board, but there was a little bit of something under the surface that you might have had a little bit of an inkling about. I feel like this person did care about you. I feel like the friendship was genuine on a lot of levels. It's not that they didn't care about you, but it's almost like they were worried that they would be left behind. And I feel like there's kind of the energy of them kind of wanting to beat you to the punch, like wanting to create some sort of conflict between the two of you, or wanting to intentionally pull away from the friendship. Maybe they started spending more time with other friends or with their partner or something. I feel like they're doing all of this or they were doing all of this as a way to protect themselves a little bit from the pain of being outgrown or being overshadowed by you. So I feel like in a lot of ways, this person might have felt like they were living in your shadow. Either through the entire duration of this friendship. So this could have just been something that like was always there. It was always kind of an undercurrent. Or maybe towards the end of the friendship, this is when they started getting that feeling. So they may have started feeling like you were leaving them in the dust in some way. Yeah, for some of you, I feel like your interests may have changed, or there may have been something that you wanted to pursue or some kind of way that you wanted to better yourself. And this friend wasn't very supportive of the decisions that you were making. And I feel like this person may have played to your face, like they were supporting you. But beneath the surface, I'm feeling a little bit of a different energy. So this actually could have been something that went on for a while and you didn't really pick up on it. I'm feeling like, I'm feeling the undercurrents of jealousy. But what's interesting about this is this doesn't feel like blatant jealousy. This doesn't feel like something where this person would come right out and like make comments that would let you know kind of like what's going on in their mind, or that they might be trying to almost sabotage your success in a way. I feel like this was very undercover. And I think the reason this was undercover is because this might have even been kind of undercover for this person. It's weird because like picking up on these kind of energies and feeling this kind of this feeling of like someone not being as happy for you as they should be. It really should come across more as like a devious energy or like something that feels really nasty. And it sort of does, but at the same time, kind of not. And that's why I think maybe this person went into this friendship with the best of intentions, but it's almost like because of their own shortcomings or because of their own inability to progress, they started to develop these feelings of jealousy about what was happening in your life. And it's almost like the same things that like attracted them to you, like the same things that made them think like, hey, this is a really cool person. I want to be friends with this person. Those were the things that ended up making them really jealous, because like they thought you were really, really cool. Like you really had your stuff together. Like you really, you inspired them in some way. It's like they wanted to better themselves from being around you, or they thought that they would. Yeah, that's coming through for some of you, that they thought that they would have, like they would better their position by hanging around you. Maybe you were like popular, had a lot of friends, had a lot going for you, something like that. And it's like they thought that they could be viewed in a better light just simply by being in your orbit. But then after a while, it's like, I just have this feeling like they didn't really want to play second fiddle to you anymore. They didn't want to be in your shadow anymore. So like as an example, this could be, because I'm also getting that life circumstances and distance could be an issue with this friendship. Like someone may have moved away, so you might have lost contact with this person. But I'm kind of picking up on this feeling of like, let's say that one of you got accepted to college and the other one didn't. Or maybe the other one never applied, like they didn't want to go away to school. But instead of just being really happy for their friend and just being like, I'm so excited for your future and everything you're going to do and we're going to stay in touch and like it's all good, there's like this feeling of you've got all this ahead of you, you're progressing, you're making your dreams come true, you're chasing down success and like overcoming every obstacle that's in your way, and I'm stuck in the same place, in the same position. And this energy can be reversed too. I'm going to throw that out there because I'm reading this as if this is how this person's looking at you, but some of these things might be how you were viewing this person in the connection. So wherever it feels appropriate, if the energy needs to flip-flop, do that, because you know your story. But Yeah, I'm feeling like this person, although they saw you as like someone who was very successful or really had the potential, at the same time, watching you soar made them feel a little bit insecure. It's like this flourish card. It's like watching you flourish when they didn't feel like they were, or when they didn't feel like they had the potential. Now, for some of you, this could have been about a relationship issue. This could be like, you entered into a relationship and you were really happy, and they weren't as happy for you as you would have hoped they would be, because like undercover, low key, they're kind of like, why doesn't this stuff ever happen to me? Why don't I get these opportunities? Now, with this antelope spirit, this card says life is speeding up. So I do think that there could be elements of this friendship that kind of fell apart simply because life got busier than it used to be. Like the two of you might have just grown apart. It could be you got really busy with work, with school, with relationships, with commitments, and there just wasn't enough time to like spend or to devote to this friendship, or you just didn't have as much time to hang out as you used to. But at the same time, with that energy, I feel like this person might be seeing you as somebody who, like, whose life was speeding up, who was making progress, who was moving on to the next phase of life, or who was trying to better themselves in some way. This could be you going on your spiritual journey. This could be your tastes, your preferences changing, you growing and evolving. And it's like this person might have wanted to stay the same. And maybe wanted is not the right word, because I mean, there's like this feeling of jealousy. So it's like they might not have wanted to stay the same, but at the same time, they might not have known what they wanted to do. They might not have had a clear direction. And that's what I see here with this energy of how they view you. You have a really clear direction. You have like passions that you're following. You had something that was on your mind that you wanted to pursue. And it just feels like this person was just feeling like they were left behind. I feel like they really view you as somebody who can always pull through. They might even see you as somebody who's really lucky. Like you get presented with more opportunities, or like with better opportunities. You, in some way, they feel like you have a lot going for you. And it's like they might always just feel like you're like one step ahead. You're one step above. And I feel like for them, this is their insecurities kind of shining through. This is them being insecure. It's not necessarily anything that you have done. It's that in ways where they feel like they're not living up to their own expectations, or like where they're having to face their own shortcomings. It's almost like you were shining a light on all of that. Just by being who you are, you were kind of shining a light on the fact that they weren't progressing the way that they wanted to. I feel like you also might be somebody who's very attractive. And so that can be physically attractive, but that can also be energetically attractive. Like, I feel like people would be more drawn to you, or this person felt like people are more drawn to you. So you might have had more friends, or had more opportunities to make friends. You may have had more romantic interests, or had a relationship going for you that they didn't have. And it's like this is their perception. So you might not have even felt like this, but they just kind of perceive you as maybe like having things come to you easily. And there's a little bit of jealousy about that. I feel like they might have wanted to be your cheerleader. They may have wanted to be a friend to you. But at the same time, watching you succeed made them feel really insecure. So this is kind of reminding me of like that crab, like a barrel of crabs analogy. There might be some kind of sea connection or like ocean connection that you have with this person. But it's kind of reminding me of kind of like this analogy of when you try to get ahead, this person would try to pull you back down. When you would try to better yourself, this person would try to keep you the same. And again, know that this energy could be reversed. And if this is you, it might not be that you were trying to keep this person the same. This is how it might have come across to them. But it's more like they may have been changing in ways that you didn't feel comfortable with. Because that's kind of the energy that I have here. It's like we were kind of doing our own thing. We were doing whatever we were doing. And now you're off trying to pursue this thing, or talking to this person, or going to this place. And there's this feeling of them wanting to kind of keep things the same, kind of keep you the same. Maybe you wanted to move away and like chase after a dream, and they kind of wanted you to stay in your hometown and stay near them. And I feel like there's this, there might have been kind of a realization for you, and it might have been slowly unfolding where you started to wonder, hey, is this person really like, does this person have my best interests at heart? Truly? Like, does this person really want the best for me? Does this person really want me to succeed in all of the ways that I want to? Or are they kind of trying to hold me back? And it's funny because this jealous energy, like with this peacock card, it's really the energy of somebody who's very attractive and someone who has a lot going for them, who catches a lot of attention. But also, for an onlooker, it can be feeling like that person is boasting or bragging. I think this person still thinks very highly of you, even to this day. But they have this feeling that you're trying to be better than them, that you're trying to flaunt or show off. And this is like, doesn't necessarily have to do with anything that you're actually doing. It's like every time something good is happening for you, they kind of see it as you bragging about it or showing off, because it's kind of, it's hitting them in an insecure place, like it's hitting them in a tender place, and making them feel a little insecure. They could even think that like you think you're better than them or something. Or this is how they felt before this relationship ended. This is the thing about it, is like I feel like they didn't want to feel this way, but they couldn't help it. They just like couldn't watch you grow. What's funny about this too is I feel like if you're the type of person that posts pictures online, this is definitely somebody who like spies on your social media, or who will check in from time to time to see what's going on with you, and like see all the cool things that you're doing and everything that's going on in your life, how you've grown, how you've evolved. It could be you started a family, or you've gone on some really cool trips, or you're very happy in your relationship, something like that. And it's like this person, it sparks a little bit of envy for them when they see you doing well, and they feel like you're flaunting your success in some way. So yeah, there is an element of the two of you growing apart too. So this could just be different interests, just different purposes in life, and you starting to see that. So let's get into some tarot and look deeper into this and just see what's going on with this person. Maybe a little bit more like current energy, or how they view this relationship at this present moment. It's weird. Like, I feel like this energy is a little bit weird because it's jealous energy, but it's not like strong or super devious. It's just, I just feel like somehow the way that you were shining was making this person feel uncomfortable. And you could have picked up on that from them. And that could have been a reason why the two of you kind of grew apart, because it's not really fun to be around somebody who feels so uncomfortable about you pursuing your own passions and just trying to make the best out of your life. So we have the Seven of Wands. The Eight of Crystals, yeah. This could have to do with work. You might have known this person from work. But it's like, I get this like defensive energy from them. They almost feel defensive about what you're creating in your life or what you wanted to create in your life. The work that you're doing. You might have started putting more time and energy into like a business that you wanted to pursue, or your studies, or just bettering yourself in some way. And it's like, for some reason, this made this person feel defensive. What other energies do we have here? Let's see. How is this person feeling? How do they view the friendship? Okay. So we have the rooted card, which is the Hierophant. We have the Ten of Cups. Let's see if I can move this up. I feel like this person, like that's kind of the energy I was picking up on before. This person really wanted things to stay the same between the two of you. And what that would have required is that you didn't grow, that you didn't change and evolve. And it's like they weren't leaving room for you to change your mind about something, or for you to evolve, for you to like welcome new opportunities and new experiences into your life. There was no room for that. They wanted things to be as they had always been. And I do feel like this is something that could have to do with your work, or some work that you were putting into something at the time. Let's see. Whoa. Justice. And the Nine of Crystals. Yeah, you guys, there's some jealousy here, and I don't know if you knew it. Things may have fallen apart in this friendship, and you might not have known exactly why, but it's like whatever it was you wanted to pursue, whether that was something with your work, with your just personal evolution, your personal growth, or relationship, this person didn't really want to see you progress in that way, which is not very friendly. That's not a very friendly feeling. They felt like things weren't always like fair. And I feel like that's coming from them thinking that your opportunities, like that you didn't deserve the opportunities you were getting, but you were putting in the work. And that's the difference between the two of you. But it's like they felt like you didn't deserve it, or like things were coming so easily to you. And they just wanted everything to remain the same. They wanted you to have the same amount of time to spend with them. And they wanted you to be the same person that you always were. I do think this person cared a lot about you, cared a lot, probably still does, cares a lot about this friendship, but at the same time was pretty jealous of you. So we have the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck. Really kind of a stuck energy. I feel like this friendship may have just like stalled out. It might not have been some big blow up, although I could definitely see that happening here if you were picking up on this energy of jealousy, but it might not have been some big blow up or argument that happened. It could have just been like a relationship that won't go anywhere. Like there's no more for us to pursue here, because we're not seeing eye to eye. We're just not on the same page anymore. We've just grown apart. And I think that a lot of this has to do with you outgrowing them. Really interesting. I want to look at what has, if anything, has changed for this person. If this person is still interested in being friends. Of course, you do with this information what you want, because you have free will in this situation, and you may have decided that it's not in your best interest to devote any more energy to this person, because I think that some part of you might have known. Yeah, Death under here. Some part of you may have known that you growing and you transforming wasn't going to be conducive to this relationship, and you might have kind of like had the feeling that maybe this person doesn't want the best for me. Maybe this person isn't really celebrating my successes with me. So let's see, what has changed for this person? Do they want to still be friends? Do they want to pursue this friendship? There's that Eight of Pentacles again. Three of Swords. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. I think that this person would pursue this friendship, would rekindle this friendship. I think they were very hurt by this connection ending. And it's like they would do the work, it feels like, but it also feels like a lot of this work for them is internal. It's like they want to work on bettering themselves so that they don't have to feel jealous and insecure about everything that goes well for you in your life. And it's like, I feel like right now it's a toss-up for them. Like they're not really even sure. And that's mainly because they're not sure if they can live up to like the expectation, if they can get out of this feeling of, basically, I feel like this person needs to grow and needs to succeed and needs to kind of prove themselves. And it's like they want to be able to match you. They want to be able to step up to this energy and have all these things going on for them as well. But I don't know if they are really sure if they can live up to it. Bottom of the deck, King of Wands. Yeah, they definitely, it's like they want to step into some sort of power. They want to feel more confident. I think that this is all about insecurity, and it's like if they could feel more secure, this relationship would probably have worked out. This friendship probably would have continued. They want to be somebody who chases their dreams and their passions as much as you do. That is something that they are jealous of. They're jealous of that fire in you. You may be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What else do we have here? We have Taurus energy with this Hierophant. Libra. It's like it's a toss-up for them. I think that they know that they're insecure. And that's where that feeling of maybe self-sabotage, they kind of sabotage the relationship. They know that they're insecure. They know that feelings of jealousy were coming up for them. I don't think that's necessarily what they want to be experiencing in this friendship, but it's what they were experiencing. So, with this Two of Pentacles, it's almost like they're questioning, they're asking themselves, would it even be possible for me to feel secure in who I am and how my life is going and be friends with this person who they view is very successful, very capable? There's a lot of self-doubt coming from this person. So I want to grab you some advice when it comes to this connection. You may have already made up your mind about this connection, so take the advice with a grain of salt. You know what's best for you. You know who this person is. You know better what their intentions are. So you have new life. Let's pull another card to kind of clarify that. I could take that a couple of different ways. A change in the wind. And we also had deep knowing come out. I feel like, first of all, you kind of know. You have an intuitive feeling about whether this would work out or not. With this new life card, I feel like this is your guides kind of saying, like, you've moved on from this. You have something new going for you. A change in the wind. You've changed your direction. Of course, this could also be saying that there could be some sort of new start here. But what's most important and why I think this card came out is this is about going with your intuition, going with the deep knowing. So you would kind of know, like, if this message is, you've got a whole new thing going on, just kind of forget about this person, just kind of forget about this relationship because they don't have your best interest at heart. Just just pour your energy into everything that you're building in your own life, and don't worry so much about this. And that could be what the change is, because we were talking a lot about change and transformation being almost like the straw that broke the camel's back here. This growth and this transformation that you were going through, the person that you were becoming, it's like they didn't want to be accepting of that. So I think that this is some advice just to put your energy into pursuing the things that you've been working hard at, and just bettering yourself like you have been doing. Just bettering yourself and not worrying so much about this person and their jealousy, because I think they have a lot to overcome. They could be working on changing, because we do have this Eight of Pentacles here. So they might be working on changing some of this energy. They might be working on getting this jealousy under control and making the moves and making the progress in their life that will make them feel more secure around you. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. I hope this was helpful for you if you've been wondering about what's going on with this friendship. If you did resonate with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.